welcome to Tucson, Arizona. This is a city that I called home for over 25 years. So I no longer really need to play the tourist, and when people ask me for recommendations, I don't need to BS them with some tourist traps. I'm gonna keep it real and show you the places that I like to visit on a real day off, whether it's a coffee shop, going to the grocery store for a nice lunch. Yes, folks, going to a grocery store, AJ's. Yeah, this is La Encantada, and we just gotta give it its recognition and its flowers. I'm going to dedicate this entire episode to sharing with you guys what this mall's got to offer and how it differs from some of the other malls, such as the ghost town known as the Tucson Mall. Today's story begins in Phoenix, Arizona, where I stayed, and driving to Tucson. They really want to make sure that you want to leave to go to Tucson. Like, there's like 5 signs literally like, are you sure you want to go to Tucson? Yeah, I know what I'm getting into. We going to Tucson. And if you know, then you know. Living here in Tucson and Phoenix, 1 cup of ice just ain't gonna do it. I gotta fill up an entire tote of ice from the hotel just to keep a few of my drinks and food cold between this Phoenix and Tucson drive. From the north, you can exit Ina Road, and Ina Road will eventually turn into Skyline, which is where you can find La Encantada. When I used to live out here in the Foothills, the best grocery store at that time, and probably still is, AJ's Fine Foods. They have an incredible bakery, very good iced tea I remember getting here on summer days, and their deli is first class. They even have sushi chefs, so yeah, so don't be sleeping on the sushi just because you're here at a grocery store. They have chef quality meals that rotate pretty much every day. So today they had this prime rib beef stroganoff, which, yeah, includes the green beans, the side of sweet potatoes, whatever it is that you want. And it's like $15, so you can't beat the value for the quality. You know, people sleep on Arizona, but you can really find some of the best food out here, no matter what type of cuisine, Italian, American, and especially the Mexican food out here. La Encantada is one of the newest malls in Tucson. It opened around 2003, 2004, and it's an outdoor mall, which is a stark contrast from the other indoor malls such as the Tucson Mall, Elcon, Foothills Mall, and what used to be Park Mall, but now Park Place. This outdoor design is very beautiful and actually quite thoughtful because it has like this Spanish colonial inspiration, but yet it's still very modern. Feels like you are in the desert with this color palette, so I just love the way this mall looks if you're just walking through here to enjoy it. You think they were crazy for having an outdoor mall in the middle of this Tucson desert, but they were smart. They brought a lot of the best retailers to this site. I mean, we've got Lululemon, they had an Apple store, we saw AJ's, Crate and Barrel, and so much great food options. So we have like raw sushi, frost for gelato. So foodies and shoppers alike can really rejoice in this being a nice alternative to the older indoor malls that Tucson had. Because only a few miles away, you can see that the old way of doing things is just not it anymore. Here at the Tucson Mall, you could still see the remnants of the old Sears building, which, yes, just to make sure, definitely abandoned. Yeah, that place is as abandoned as this mattress right there. Although maybe it's symbolic. Maybe that will help Sears bounce back. Yeah, they are complete trash. Which, speaking of trash, hey dumpster guys, hope you all ready to work here for a while. You know, this mall just can't get it right. Like, this used to be a Mervyn's, which then became a Forever 21 that I, in fact, used to work at. And it's just crazy, but I guess not that unexpected that this location here would just fail again. On the flip side, I am quite surprised and amazed that JCPenney is still finding a way to stay open over here. We got Dillard's still thriving, and I gotta admit, I actually love Dillard's. And then there's the food court, which, for obvious reasons, the free AC, I think they're doing quite well still. I'll take you back over to La Encantada, where we're gonna do a little drive through the loop of the mall. Now, life honestly brings a lot of uncertainty, but the three things you could always count on in Tucson, Arizona is the heat, sun, taxes, and I'm gonna throw a fourth one, plenty of free parking. Now, the trick at La Encantada is actually driving towards the back side of the mall, because that is where all of the covered parking is. When I used to work for Papyrus, this would always be the coveted spot to try to find parking, especially if you live here in the summer. You know what I'm talking about. So up here on the north side of the mall, literally, that's where you find the restaurants. We have North, although I've never been there, it just never really appealed to me. However, though, I love sushi, so obviously I loved Raw. It was really only like the two good places that you would go to in Tucson anyway. There was also Sushi Garden, that's more in the central side. And if you do go to Raw, I recommend trying the Vegas roll. That's my favorite roll that they make. And of course, if you like sushi, you could also go to AJ's, you know, inside that grocery store. But don't let these pictures fool you. Like, Raw is open. They're just going through some renovations, it looks like, on this side of the mall right now in 2024. Frost, great place for gelato. There's in fact another location in Tucson across from Udall Park on Tanca Verde. Yeah, back in my days working here at Papyrus, I remember taking some breaks and grabbing a Frost. They did a gelato iced coffee smoothie drink, basically like a frappuccino. And speaking of coffee, looks like La Encantada is brewing up a new coffee shop called Hot Coffee. But on this sultry day in August, this basic lizard wants to cool down with some iced coffee from Starbucks. And it looks like they do have True Food Kitchen now here at La Encantada. And I've seen these sprout up in California here, and they're popular. A little expensive though, because I think they have a little healthier food options. The irony, they have to pay up for healthy food. But I would say because La Encantada has AJ's, that's still where I would spend my money for the value. It's still great though that they have the restaurants, because it keeps this mall balanced. Because honestly, like, how many times do you really need to go to an Apple store each year? Like, geez, Karen, how many times do you need to remember your password? And then Benbridge, like, I remember hearing their radio promos all the time, but still never found myself going there. But yeah, just a beautiful mall though. Like, if you just want a place to walk outside, this is the place to go. It's about time for a cheesy selfie transition. Well, better to be a cheesy photographer than a psycho bunny. I know, gotta keep my day job, because the only coach that I'm going to is coach class on the airplane. Although, a little trip to the Bahamas doesn't sound too bad, right? But yeah, that's pretty much a wrap for this one on La Encantada. I'll probably do some more videos around Tucson, definitely like Congress streets. I might even do one like just driving around the city, talking about some iconic locations like that Loft Cinema, the Red Garter little dive bar with some pool tables. Plenty of stories I've got to share for you guys about this great city that I spent so much time in. So please like and subscribe if you want to see those future videos. I did a video actually earlier last year about the Sentinel Peak for hiking. Yeah, hiking in Tucson. So many great spots. I could do an entire series on just hiking. And oh yeah, the University of Arizona, my stomping grounds during college. So a lot of stories to share. So I hope to see you back for some of those videos. Take care, everybody.